Hey guys, I'm sneaking on a little bit early. I'm still setting up. I don't know if you guys got rain from that Debbie, but man, it's poured here all day. Poured. I couldn't even get motivated. I felt like it was the middle of winter. It was dark and dreary. My dog wouldn't go out. Funniest thing, he won't go out. He got a little bit wet. I was soaked. He wouldn't go out. Snow, on the other hand, he'll go run right out there like Lords of Leaping, hop right through it, roll in it. Oh my God, bark. He loves it. Hold on, I'm just gonna put this down for you. We're doing this Tipsy Daisies, which I kind of came out tipsy. I says, you know, it's kind of cute like this, so I'm gonna leave it. Now this is on my watercolor, heavy watercolor paper, which you could still do it on that. You can do it on anything you want. You can do it on wood, whatever you want. But I got some old canvases I'm trying to use up, or I paint over them. And I got a 12 by 12. I'm going to show you something that I did. We talked about doing frames. And some things you can't frame, some things you can. I mean, you can get anything framed, go to a frame shop, it costs you a fortune. Sometimes it just isn't worth it, depends on what it is. I got a little problem here, hold on. Make sure this thing, if it says it's not charging, it'll just, you'll get no sound. And my light went off over here. Sometimes it's got to be plugged in just right. There you go. Okay, so let me turn this around and show you what I did. So this is a 12. Now that is like an 8 by 12 or 8 by 10. It's on regular size paper. Here's the tracer. This is the size of a regular piece of paper out of copy paper. It's got another one on the back. So you could do that on that size. So what I did was I kind of put it on here. I did my tracer, or template, whatever you want to call it. And then what I did is I just took and I just did the edges. I made like a little frame. Now I'm still debating if I like it or not. So, and I only did one of these for that because I was going to just do the rounds, the middle part. Because I like doing flicking with the brush. That's how you get that look. But we're going to do the background first. Now I used some pretty bright colors. I used this vivid violet. But if you ain't got the deck art paints, I got a mix going on here. Just any kind of like violet purple would be pretty. If you mix something up, would be nice. The background I did this jewel green. It's like a blue green with white. It's a really pretty color, but you could use this Laguna or any kind of creamy blue that has that kind of not mauve. Like I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It's not a. Just see the difference in the colors. This is what I ended up with, but when I added the white, so it's a blue green basically, a teal. That's the word I couldn't get out. So then I kind of highlighted that pot with a little bit, just a tiniest bit of this purple iris. It's just a dark purple. All right, and then any kind of green. I used either the new shamrock or you could use the real green, just a regular green, and of course white. So I'm gonna do the background first. I know I'm not early, but I hate just sitting here sometimes. Sometimes I'm either ready and I'm ready to go, or I'm not. So it all depends. So I'm gonna get me a flat brush, not one too big. It's not that big of a picture, but remember this is a 12 by 12. But you can use an 8 by 10 or a 11 by 12. All right, so these are the colors, white, yellow. This is the color used in the background with the white. It's a teal, a green, a violet, and then a dark purple, and then a nice bright yellow. All right, so I'm gonna mix this jewel green with white. Now they come out with some new colors. I haven't ordered anything because I got so much paint. So some of them I'm looking at, I might never use because they're really ugly. I threw a lot that were old out, but I don't know. I tend to use a lot of the same colors. So, when I buy those kits, you can get kits from them. Summer ones. I got one that was like my birth. That's a little too dark, so I'm going to add more white to it. A little lighter. Yeah, I need lighter. That's better. So I'm going to go around these, but the petals of the daisies will go over top of them. That's why I decided not to do that. But you can leave it, if you teach us in a class, you can leave this up to them, what they want to do. I'm just gonna, no rhyme or reason, I'm just taking my white and blue and just going around everything. I don't worry about these stems either because I'm gonna come back and do them. This was a painting I did that wasn't crazy about, so I'm giving a lot of them to the Salvation Army, or you know, the ones that are really good, professional kind of. My palette knife and stuff like that, I got it stored. So if you ever see anything you want to buy it, guys. I sell to you cheap because you've been with me so long. But I have quite a few that are just in box. They're stored. We're going to go to my kids. I'm not going anywhere unless someone buys them. And some, like I don't, like the one I use in my yoga logo, I've done prints of that. Those pink roses with the hummingbird and the clear base. So, but all the others, I mean, I got a lot stored, but I'm going to look for a place to sell them again. I told you that. I got to get busy here too because Christmas holidays is when that stuff sells. And then I'm going to figure out which ones I'm just going to put out there to sell. If they don't sell, they go back into the stuff that the kids are going to get. So, yeah. So I used a little bit of that other Laguna too. So this is a little different than the original picture. But I got a lot of white streaking in the back of this too. You could do that to make it more streaky, a little more lighter. I'm just kind of going around these circles. Yeah, I got a lot more light white over here. That's okay. It really looks good, just a little streaky. Anyways, let me know if you ever see anything you want. Let me know. At least give you a print or something if I can't sell it, but most of the time I'll sell most of them. I like knowing when I know where they're going. They tell you to do that. Anyways, you should know, keep a list. Well, I never kept a list. Some the big ones, some of them I know, but a lot of the small ones, I sell them to the other place there, selling things pretty cheap. All that, I got that wood from, I remember my friend Jim, who I still keep in contact with, up in California there. He said, I found more of his wood he gave me. So I made a lot of like Halloween stuff, and so I don't know who all those went to. They were signed and dated, and I had my little card in the back, you know. All right, so that's just basically what I'm going to do for the background. Pretty simple stuff. See, now you get like a frame. I'm going to do this more even at the end. Now, if you want to do this on a bigger one, you'd have to get out and measure it. I kind of eyed it off, and I just used my, the picture that I did, and I just used it to measure with, but you could get a good, you know, I just did like that other way around, kind of guesstimating some, but I fix a lot of it with my brush. If you don't like it, just do the whole thing. I was just giving you a little option here. We're talking about we had that framing class in here, and I do have, I still haven't gotten back to it. I found one, if you guys remember that boat I did, that's framed. It's in the front room. Then I forgot I had one in the kitchen, that real big one I sold. The original one's framed. It's on my kitchen counter on the wall. So those are your basic frames that I always buy, that I look for at secondhand stores. We will do that. I'm gonna do that with you, I promise. But in the meantime, there's all these other things that I do to frame too. So I showed you the one with the magnetic strips. Get them on Amazon. So I got most of this on now. So see, don't worry about these because I'm gonna go through and round that out with some yellow paint. And that's a flat square brush. So I'm gonna get like a round brush. And I'm gonna go right through. I don't know if I should, it's still kind of wet, isn't it? Let that dry a second. I just finally ordered a blow dryer, guys. I finally ordered one. Am I up on here? Everybody's watching. Yeah, I don't know. Might not be. Okay. Refresh. Am I up here? Yes, I finally ordered a blow dryer, and I ordered a multimedia book. I think I went and bought paint at Walmart's, and do you know, I went there for yellow. I wanted the big yellow, not a little yellow. Do you know they had no yellow? I bought like these big orange ones and stuff. I like to stock up on my winter. My winter colors are like orange and brown, you know, for pumpkins and stuff. I don't want to make a big order. That place I get half off, but it's better if you do. It's only once a month if you get a big order, and I just haven't needed anything big, so I'll just go to Walmart to grab what I need. All right, so let's dry a little bit. Let's go through. If the yellow's too see-through, remember you can add some white, which I think I'm going to do, because you can go back over again. I just kind of do your circles. You guys are going to love what I did these circles out of. The bottom of my things. Originally, I didn't really leave them even, but I got a good idea what the size was. So this is just a round brush. Mix it with white if you can't, if you're getting a real opaque look. This one's not too bad, but you can go back over it. So I got some fun paintings coming up. We're going to do that hat, definitely. And we're definitely going to do the boho sunflower. I still got a couple things that sunflower. I might change the background on that a little bit. I did sprinkle on some paint and stuff. That's a big thing now with those kind of boho look. I want a little, I'm not really sure yet. I haven't decided, but keep it simple, you know, for you guys. But it's got a lot of colors in it too, so that's another thing. So if you were doing a paint party or something, or make sure you get a lot of colors with you. Got a lot of colors in it, which is the idea, you know. White. Nobody's on yet. All right. Okay. So we're gonna let that dry because we gotta do the flick for the get a nice pointy round brush for the petals, medium. Let me go back over some of this too in a minute. I don't really want the black to show on these. I mean, you could, because that's in the original painting, but that's actually the pencil marks, so we don't want that. Right. I said they ain't gonna be perfect. Okay. Now on the bottom, I use the Vivid Violet, which is really, really purple. So let's go right ahead and do that. Gonna be a little see-through at first, but that's okay. Should put more on. Got a dirty brush, that's okay, I just wiped it off a little bit. Does somebody go out or come in? My granddaughter's here. So I ordered this big, beautiful plant, this I'm on a climbing rose bush. I want a couple of them. Had them at the other house, and it came in a big box, and it just started pouring. I haven't even looked at it. The box looks a little. I don't know if I should take it out for protection or just wait a little bit. There might be some more rain tonight. Flooding everywhere, guys. All right, so let this dry a little bit. This is going to have a little rim here too. But we'll let it dry. Yeah, I used the purple a little bit, the dark purple. This is going to need a couple coats though. So I dry that. Go back to that flat square brush. Make some more of that blue and white. Kind of hit this corner right here. Shoot. Right here. I get a little dent in this canvas, which is okay. Guys, let's just do, I don't know if I ever did a class with you on repairing canvas. I just seen another way of doing it, which is fascinating because I just use masking tape, but sometimes it just doesn't come out right. Well, didn't I see one where you can use gauze, which is the traditional way of doing it in the old days? They used old muslin, and I had never heard that. So I got a big one that needs to be repaired. So I think I'm going to make a little video of that, or at least tell you about it. It's not that hard. But I usually use gesso. Well, they used gel medium, which would work, and I thought it would before. So it's just a different way of doing it, so I can show you some different objects. If you got a big rip and you want to fix it, a lot of times I would just take masking tape, and I'd go in the back part, and I'd fix the rip with it. Don't take it. Don't do anything with it. And then on the other side, I would gesso it. If it's like a palette knife and you're going to build thickness on it, you could put more tape on it and put gesso over that and let it dry. Sand it and gesso it, sand it until you get kind of smooth. It won't come out real smooth, especially if it's big. But with the gauze, I thought that was interesting. So that's something I am definitely going to try. Don't ask me where I seen it. I think it was a reel or something. Okay, so what color do you want to do this outside thing here? I don't know. Might just do it in white. Maybe a darker blue would be pretty too, huh? Or that green. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to get me a little small pointy brush. It's round, but it's real pointy. See how pointy that is? It's got real big. What is this? I can get so you can see it. It's really, really pointy. Really pointy. And I'm going to, it's not very big, but it's not real small. And I can go through and just lay it down and flick out. I'm making like little football shapes here. Just like that. Now if you copy the way it is on the thing, you won't have to worry about if these are right. And I bring them right down into the circle, which they aren't all on the picture, on the tracer. So I'm gonna put some more yellow in this middle too, so. And I'm just kind of flicking them out. Little yellow paint there still. And you can add extra. You don't, if you follow the tracer, you don't have to like, you can add extra strokes as it's drying. You can fix and adjust things. I expect people to do their own thing. When you do classes, people, they might end up doing these in different colors. You can add a few extra here and there if you want to. Just like that. Make it interesting. And there is like little petals on top of the big ones. If you guys ever looked at a daisy, there is small ones. It doesn't gotta be perfect, just kind of in the same size range. They're not really perfect. Mother Nature's funny, how she can have these look so perfect and really they're not. Really. Don't overfix one. If you think one's like that one's a little odd, most of the time people aren't even going to notice it. Just get it close, and when it's dry, you can go back and adjust things. Sometimes it doesn't look as bad as you think it does either. So. Boy, I can't believe how much. My dog will not. So funny. My sister thinks it's a riot. He won't go out in the rain. Now, if he's out in it and she's making a run with him, he has to stay in it, But if he's in the house and he needs to go potty and I get him out, let him go, he won't go out. He backed right up. It was hysterical. Now, when it's snowing, you got to see it to believe it. He just loves it. But the rain, no. He looks pretty afterwards because he's curly and he curls his hair right up. He actually needs a haircut now. Right in his eyes again. Well, he wouldn't go out all day. He had been up like 8 o'clock this morning. Finally, I think he let up about 4:30 or so. And he got up. Or what he would do is I have the front door open. It's screened. And he walks up, takes a look, goes back under his hidey hole. And between the couches, there's my table, hand table. He goes back there and lays right down. I'm not going out. I'm not getting up. So funny. See what I'm doing? I'm just going around and making these petals. That's it. Pretty easy stuff. Now I might extend up here. I don't know. We can go back later. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with this border. You don't have to do anything. Like I said, you can just leave it white. I might just paint it white. Keep it light and bright. I was trying to think of things to do that's still summery, but not real summery. I'm trying to lead us into the fall. And I'm going to do some pumpkin things. I got some other ideas. I'm going to do maybe a rooster with flowers. I got a bunch of stuff in my book over here somewhere. I've been sketching out some stuff, ideas. I got a bird in there. There's a picture I saved of a, like a Halloween, it's not really Halloween, it's more of a fall sunset with a house, you know, different things. So, oh, sometimes I just hit that. Sometimes they don't come out so great, but if I just, you know, I gotta have some ideas sometimes. You know, make them teachable for you guys. But, maybe like go on Pinterest, or I'll see something somebody else did, or I see a scenery. I'll go through my old pictures and see what I got. Just, you know, kind of looking for some, I guess, inspiration. Sometimes I just sit down and start painting. And then, you know, once you get going, I've told you guys this before, that's all it takes. Even if the first couple months come out lousy. A couple months ago, but I told you I was really having a problem. I couldn't come up with anything. No matter, it just, that's the way it is. But once you get going, things start popping into your head. Things start to happen. Colors look better. Brushes are working better. It's just the nature of the beast. It's the truth. So the best thing to do is just do it. The intuitive painting is great because you can kind of just come up with some ideas and you're not really thinking about it. I just sent you guys a reel about, or just in the other group, about Van Gogh. I mean, you could tell he just went out in that field and he started painting because the style that he had, nobody else had. He just did it. So do your own thing too, you know, that's important. And you might not think it's good. Doesn't matter. 200 years from now, they might think it's fantastical. Might have a whole class just talking about your artwork. You never know. So don't worry about it. Do your own thing. And it's not going to come out great every time, you know. Just people get over that. Fear is that O'Keefe talks about fear and stuff. He was just... She said, I was afraid all my life, but I did it anyways. I said, isn't that the truth? I always was shy, and I had a lot of anxiety disorders, and I sleptwalked when I was a kid, and I was very shy. I was scared of boys, and I didn't like talking unless I was with my family. I would get so nervous I couldn't even breathe. I am not making that up, guys. It was horrible. The teachers all knew it. So, but I did things anyways. I just want to make myself do it, you know. It was, you know, kind of call myself an introvert, extrovert. Terrified of everything. And it could have been the way of all the kids, you know. I don't know what the reason was, but terrified of everything. So she talks about that. She says, I've been scared all my life, but I made myself do it anyways. That's what I did. I just said, hell, I'm doing it. If I want a paycheck, or if I want to learn how to do it, if I want to teach my kids, and yeah, I'd be a wreck. And as I got older, and hair taught me a lot, being around people, doing hair, I learned people a lot alike, a lot more than I ever thought. I thought, you know, the rich ones are richies, and, you know, you hit the poor people, and they're all the same, and they're all working the system. Well, that's not. There's people that need that help, and there's a lot of people you never even know they're rich. So I learned a lot about people doing hair. Once I started talking, my boss said, Diane, you gotta talk. Now you can't shut me up. All right. Almost like I said, I'm by myself, you know, I'm fine. In fact, I need that. I need to be by myself sometimes. It's important. I think everybody needs it. So yeah, I'm still just doing these up. Now I'm doing these fast. You guys know I've been doing this a long time. Now you can go through and copy the ones I put on there onto the tracer. But if you want to do it this way, this is an option. You might find that you have people, if you teach this, that like doing it this way. They want to just flick it on, and then they can, like I said, they can change it. They can put the pattern down and then just do their own thing. If I had my dryer, I would dry some of this before I moved on. I got a lot of yellow in here, but it's okay. I think it's supposed to be here tomorrow. The dryer. It's cute. It was cheap enough. It was a Revlon. I was thrilled. They had those hot guns, but I don't do enough crafts. And I heard they're pretty hot, and I'm famous for burning myself. I've got more burns from doing hair. They came out with those flat irons. I mean, I did black hair, so I had used them before, but the new ones, man, they are hot. Yes, they are. You gotta be careful. So I said, no, I'll just get a regular blow dryer. Worked fine. That was one I had for my salon, so it was getting up there. It was old. They last forever though. Some of the better ones. All right, so there you go. So now I'm gonna go get my big flat brush, and I'm gonna go back and that's dry a little bit, and let's put some more of that violet in. What is it? Yeah, it's vivid violet. You want it really purpley. Another coat. Well, sometimes it depends. Like, I had that on that paper, it absorbed it good. But this is a canvas that has gessoed and been painted over. So, you know, it's absorbed as much as it's going to absorb. So I didn't do like a lot of gesso or anything, which would make it more absorbent. So it's going to take a little bit different. Every surface is different. A lot of canvas companies have, you know, you'll find like the Michaels one is fine for canvases, for my classes, but there is better canvas out there. I've had it made for myself, so not cheap. All right, so we got purple. Now I'm gonna take that little liner brush I just had. Where is it? I'll take that, what is it called? Purple Iris. And I'm just gonna kind of put a little, blend it in once wet right here. Just kind of give it a little definition. A little bit on the edge here too. Just kind of, that's what I did. So just kind of around the edges and give yourself a little tabletop here, kind of shadow kind of thing. I put a little yellow in there too, like that. You can put a bit of that yellow right in here too. Kind of blend it in. Then right here, you're gonna make that highlight, which is like right here, just with white. Put it on there thick and then just do it. There you go. Now if that's too bright over here for you, which it is for me, I'm gonna kind of add some more of the base color here. Got a little divot right there. I'll take that purple and put it right here too. So there's a lip. And that's it. That's your pot. Okay, so now that's just, you don't have to do that part, but it does give it a little dimension. Just a few little strokes here and there. Now I'm going to go through the green. And I am going to, first I'm going to do these little leaves right here. Do these little leaves. There's a bunch of them here. Just kind of, I can kind of see where I put some of them, but I'm looking at the picture and just doing what I did in the picture, which is when you go to you do a paint party. I always do one ahead, so that's the one I teach from. I show them how I did it on another canvas, and that one usually comes out crappy because I'm too busy talking and running around the classroom, restaurant, whatever. No, I think I'm going to do this one this way. So, you know, I usually end up, I raffle off that picture. People ask what you do with your paintings. I say, I end up with two. If the second one comes out pretty decent, I'll raffle off both. And another thing I do is I bring extra paintings with me to give them ideas, but also I use them as prizes, and they love it. They just love it when I use it for prizes. And I use it. Prizes, let me just put one here too. Kind of just, put some little foliage in here. You can add as much or as little as you want. Kind of want one here too. There you go. All right. That's basically the painting. I was thinking originally I was going to add like another flower down here, but I don't think you need to. I'm going to rinse this out, add a little more yellow again to this, the middle part here. A couple need a little more yellow. I just did some, but I'm doing some more. I don't want to see those little lines from the ink. And kind of round out these edges too a little bit. So that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna do these sides here. I think I'm gonna leave them like a white, or you know, we could even do a gold. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Hold on, I think it's right here somewhere. I think I have a thing of gold somewhere in this vicinity. I might be the top one. Wait a minute. I use this for one of my multimedia clips. Oh, there's some more little canvases. I wonder where those went. I got some more work done here, guys. I'm getting ready to put that shelf over here. I'm moving that small bucket with all the small stuff over, and it will help me out a lot. Well, I thought I had some gold paint here. I think the gold would look awesome. No, I don't see it. Well, we'll just do a white. I could do a gold later if I want to. No, it's not here. Top. Right, so we'll just do white. And you can do a brown maybe and do like a, why don't we do that? We'll do a little bit of a rusty brown color. Let's see what I got. That I should have. Here's some chocolate brown. So it makes it look like a frame. Let's do the white first so it won't be too dark. Cover up the pencil marks. You could even, I was going to washi tape these down, so I'll be here for an hour doing, you know, you can do anything you want. It takes a little bit of time, but you could, you know, do washi tape. Other things you could do. So you got a little frame, you won't have to go buy a frame. If you ever watch Bob Ross where he does the contact paper, does the painting, rips it off, and then he'll like extend whatever is into the border. Like I could, maybe I'll finish off that sunflower on here after this dries a little bit. So you could have a lot of fun with doing this. Just gonna kind of smush in a little bit of touchy like a wood look here. This is kind of extended already, so I'm just gonna leave that. Let me pick up just a little bit of this brown, little hint. I'd rather have the gold, but it's over here somewhere. It's time to clean again. So I bought all those new paints too. I had to go through a few. I'm going through this big thing I got. I'm gonna kind of see. I'm just kind of making a little brown in it, just a tad. Wait. Yeah, I think I'm going to extend this one flower. That would look pretty cool. I'm going to do more purple there. That's okay. So this is just an option. You could actually, you know, you could, if you're doing a class, you could actually do one framed and one unframed, do a couple different sizes. Sometimes I will do a couple different sizes on a painting just so, you know, I think you guys should have some options that if anybody comes in here that's going to teach. Sometimes they don't want to teach the big ones. That's why I did this one smaller. And I think for a lot of people, it's overwhelming. It's not any less expensive. Sometimes the smaller ones are more expensive than the big ones, depending on how Michael sells them. If they sell them, you know, like a 3-pack, okay, I get 3, but like when I do those, I was doing those, what do they call them? Little elf things there for Christmas. I did them in sets of 2 because they're kind of small. So you got to buy 2 packs to get enough for 2 people. All right, so let me just take this purple, kind of extend this a little bit. Choo, 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 choo. This is kind of an interesting look. I'm gonna rinse it off, and I'm going to extend the leaves on this. So it looks like it comes over the painting. with the frame. Oops, my fingers in there. That wasn't good. Side's a little messed up here. Let me kind of get that blue and white again. Fix this a little bit here. A little yellow in there, but that's okay. Always do your details last. You can always go through and add more petals or adjust your middles, whatever you need to do. All right. Yeah, let's see what we got here. So isn't it cool with the frame? I'll post it up there. This is a 12 by 12. You got a frame. I have to buy a frame. I did that little bit of chocolate brown on top of that white milk chocolate, but I think gold would look kind of cool too, if you can find it. So crowded here. I got paintings all over the place. Get a little crowded. I decided to put my calendars on the door. So, got a lot of stuff we're doing here. So, I'm working, like I said, I'm working on some more fall stuff, guys, which by the time 2 weeks I'm going to finish the one, and I have an idea for like a rooster. I don't know if I'm going to sit him in front of a pumpkin, and then I'm going to put flowers underneath him. He's going to have flowers and foliage in him. I got a little piece here I'm working on right now, so I have this in my head. I think it'll work. So, nice bright background. Bright colors are the thing. If you guys have, I haven't been over there, but they've been talking about how the Dollar Trees, all their Halloween stuff is all like pastels. I don't know if I could do that, but anyways, or was it Michael's? I haven't been over there. I haven't been over shopping at Michael's or Hobby Lobby's in a couple months. So I haven't seen the fall stuff. I like to go look if I don't buy anything, just to see what's in style, you know. Anyways, guys, that's great. That's good for tonight. I'll see you in 2 weeks. I didn't get the calendar here, so you figure it'd be like today's the 9th, 7th, 16th, so like 23rd or something like that. Whatever. I don't have it right here. Other than it's a Friday night. And it's funny how, you know, I changed this to Friday and the other one to Thursday. That storm, it's been like 3 weeks, going on a month. She hasn't been able to come home on a Wednesday or a Thursday. Tomorrow is her first day here. And because they're doing construction store and need people there at night, she has to do an overnight. So she went to bed earlier this morning. She's not going to be out till like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. So she can come here and sleep. I think she's only got a couple days off and then she can go back. So it's been about a month. So it never worked out, but I just left it the way it was. You know? So anyways, guys, I'll probably go back to regular schedule, but yeah, life, right? So you guys have a great night, and I hope inspiration finds you wherever you go. And I love you guys, and if you guys do this, post it so I can see it. All right, guys, have a great night.